I believe with all my heart we're in the final days of the pre-days. And I believe this year we'll see the beginning of sorrows totally begin. I believe this. I could be wrong.
I think we're
always
already
could be
in
wrong.
the beginning of sorrows.
What about the days of tribulation?
The birth pains. If we're not in the birth pains, why are Christians being beheaded in the Middle East?
I heard a man on the news today, one of the very illustrious newscasters, and he said, I don't believe the Mid-East can recuperate from what's happening. They're destroying the Mid-East. They're destroying the very foundation of their civilizations of these countries. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Well, you know, my theology has been very cut and dry. You know what I mean? The first seal is the revealing of the Antichrist, and that starts off literally the beginning of the 7 years, and in the middle we see the rapture. But lately, it almost looks like the seals are already happening. I mean, if you think about the Middle East, and I'm not saying this is exactly the way it is, but if you look at the Middle East where the Bible was written,
yes,
and the Christians in the Middle East, you know, all the letters to the Thessalonians and to all the places that Paul went and visited and established churches, and where Christians have been established in these countries for 2,000 years. And literally the Bible was written on that ground. And yet those Christians are being beheaded, and the fifth seal is telling those who have been beheaded to be patient, and they were given white robes, and they were told to wait a little while longer to those that will also be beheaded and join you.
Nobody wants to preach those scriptures or hear those scriptures. But it's happening. It's happening now.
No, and you see, we're in denial.
And we're hearing this week of how they're even destroying the tombstones of the Christians. Is that right? Andy's here with us today.
Yeah. Just to get an idea of what's happening, really. We've heard of all of the deaths over in the Middle East, but I have an article here that says, nothing is sacred. ISIS destroys Christian grave sites in Mosul. It's saying that even Iraq's dead Christians aren't safe from ISIS.
Well, it's time to be ready for what's coming. It's happening.
Amen.
It's happening now.